I'm Zim, and you're listening to the Helpful Photographer Podcast in collaboration with New York City Photo Safari. To register for a safari, please visit newyorkcityphotosafari.com. One of the things I talk a lot about is expansion and compression of space. By that, I mean the relative size of objects to one another based on their relative distance. For instance, if you put your thumb next to your eye, then it seems much larger than the things in the distance. And conversely, if you put your thumb very far from your eye, your thumb will appear to be smaller than that thing in the distance. Although I often say that you can expand or compress space by zooming in and out, in other words, changing your focal length, I am aware that in reality it does not actually expand or compress space. It only feels like it's doing that. The only way to expand or compress space is to change the relative distance between you and the foreground object, or the foreground object and the background object, or a combination of both. Let me say it again. Changing your lens does not in fact expand or compress space. However, by changing your lens, you are forced to move your feet to fill up the frame differently. And in that way, you are actually expanding and compressing space because you're changing that relative distance. It should be noted that if you decide just to use one lens because you don't want to be weighed down, then it is likely that you will have to crop a very small portion of your photo to create the right framing with the right compression. It is highly likely that you will be cropping so much of your frame to achieve that compression that your resolution will be total crap. And this is why it is useful to have a zoom lens, so that you can use your optics to fill the frame rather than using cropping. And by the way, a group I recently took to Morocco with me let me know that I use the word crap so much, I should write a book called It's Just Crap. But I digress. I hope that was helpful. Until next time, keep on shooting.